Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning and it's the 7th of October. My goodness, hasn't time flown since January? As we're still in a bit of maybe overwhelming times with the current situation and uncertainty, I thought it best to talk about staying calm. Now, you probably know I've started a podcast as well, Mind Circles podcast, and the one this week, which I was going to publish on Friday, clicked the button last night, so actually it's now live, and it's called Letting Go of Anxiety and Stress. So head on for that as well if you want. Now, I think I said I wasn't going to continue with the live videos and I was going to just do the podcasts, but in this kind of uncertain time, and it's funny, I feel as if I'm more connected, perhaps, just doing the live videos, despite the fact, I suppose, of to try and look fairly good and fairly nice clothes, etc. Whereas when it's a podcast, it's an audio. Anyway, we all know the phrase, stay calm and carry on, and lots more of these phrases have developed since that first one. In fact, the slogan's very popular, but it actually started, I believe, at the beginning of the World War II, and it was to try and keep a morale up. It was to boost morale, and it was actually called Keep Calm and Carry On. That was just one of the slogans. Well, it's true today more than ever in these uncertain times, and according to James Allen, now he is a philosopher, 1864 going way back then. He really is the pioneer of self-help, and he's best known for his book As a Man Thinketh, and that was published in 1903. And he's like the guru. He's the one who's inspired self-help gurus since then and still motivates and inspires. And a quotation for him, I've slightly adapted it, but it is, the more calm you become, the greater your success, your influence, your power for good. Calmness of the mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. What a wonderful quote. Now, scientific research also shows that there's a deep connection between staying calm and productivity. Now, that's easier said than done, but to survive and live a fulfilling, constructive life, you need to find ways to deal with pressure and uncertainty. So here are some tips. I know many of the tips are repetitive, we repeat them again, but they're all very, very apt, and I really make no apologies about repeating some of these techniques. So the first thing is plan. Now, we don't know what's ahead of us, but you do know that there are general challenges you face on a daily basis, so you can decide to handle whatever comes your way in a constructive way, and still consider a few possibilities so that you're able to adapt and change to whatever curveball is thrown at you. Now, it was a blog I wrote, and I think I've published it, and please head over to my website. It was called Dreamers or List Makers. And of course, you can be both. I'm a dreamer. I like use my creative imagination. And I'm in the middle of doing a sort of little book, Changing Seasons of Life, where there'll be prose, short stories and poems. A wee bit maybe out of the box, but you have to use your creative imagination as well. But you can make plans, but still be flexible and adaptable. The next tip is to focus. Another, I've said it before and I say it again, remember the FA, focus on one thing at a time. In fact, there's a YouTube video, I think it was Dave, who's a fabulous friend, Irish chap, he shared this Admiral McRaven's motivational talk. Now, it was in 2018, but it's so appropriate for today. And the first point he makes is to make your bed every morning. And it was like to say that if you finish that task, then you go on to finish other tasks during the day. But if you don't manage to finish everything, at least you're coming home to a bed made. So just remember, Effie, I know we have to multitask sometimes, but if you ever do multitask, and I do it a lot, but you might find yourself just not managing to achieve as much as you can because you're jumping from one thing to the other. So if you can remember my FA, focus, full attention, focus on one task at a time. And then you'll not be as overwhelmed, because when you multitask you can get overwhelmed and things can become a wee bit chaotic. And of course, I mentioned earlier, but you really must be flexible so that you're able to adapt to changes that come your way. So being a dreamer and a list maker, well, I like to be the dreamer because I still focus on the big picture, my dream, my vision, but I still make the lists. I'm human. And of course, the problem I have with lists is not the list making as such, but people tend to make unrealistic lists, unrealistic goals, and they're setting themselves up for a fall. Now, I make big lists, but you see, I've got one way of dealing with it. If I make this huge list, but I maybe only manage to get 2 things done, then I praise myself at the end of the day. I just say, right, these were the 2 things I was meant to get done today, and then move on, and you can start the next day. Another tip is take a break. Walk outside. I've said it before, but look at nature. It's amazing what new perspectives you gain on things, different solutions to problems they're facing. And you might even realise that actually some things are not a problem at all. And remember my B. The B is for breathing, effective, deep breathing. When you get anxious, the tendency is to, and you're getting this shallow breathing that actually just makes you more panicky. So you need to use the deep breathing, remember, from the diaphragm, and that's like breathing in through the nose, not moving your shoulders, hold, and then exhale through the mouth. This is extremely effective, and when you can't do one of my even short Mind Bites meditations, do the breathing. It really does calm you, relax you, and also energizes you because you're bringing oxygen into the bloodstream. Another tip, stop thinking the worst case scenarios. When you hear that little voice in your head say, if you don't do this, I'll lose that, and if I don't get that done, I'll lose it. I mean, just stop it. Use your imagination when you're using it in that negative way. It just frightens you. It scares you more, and therefore you get anxious and stressed. So stop the what if scenarios. Another tip, believe in yourself. Don't wait for other people to say, oh, you're doing a good job and aren't you great, etc. Believe in yourself. When you plan your day and something outside of your control happens to change it, then go with the flow. If there's no reason to change what you're doing, what your plans are, then stick to them. Doing anything else will just confuse you and overwhelm you. Consider each situation as it comes along, because it will be different. So believe in yourself that you will do the right thing, that you'll go the right route. And if you don't, then you'll learn lessons along the way. Now, I've said this one many times before. Remove yourself from negative people. But more than that, your negative self-talk. Focus on the positives. If you don't get something done, then be grateful for what you did achieve. Having your gratitude list helps you to remain positive. Of course, if you're so overwhelmed that you cannot cope, then really I recommend you seek professional help. But while you're waiting on that help, because I believe with increasing problems and uncertainty, there are more and more people seeking professional help. So while you're waiting, I recommend that you do practice my ABC core tips. They're proven, psychological techniques for well-being. So for today, A for the affirmation. Remember the 3 P's: personal, positive and present or past tense. So we'll use one today. Personal will be I, positive is calm, and the present tense verb is am. So I am calm. Another one, I am positive, or I am grateful. Now, if you've been practicing these, then you're probably now being able to do your own. And of course, B, take 3 deep breaths. And we'll be doing some breathing when I now do my C, which is the Mind Bites meditation. I'm going to be doing the floating feather. The floating feather is very effective because it helps to bring a sense of calm around you. Now, from feedback, I know you like my Mind Bites meditations, but I invite you, please, to try, just buy one or more of my Mind Bites meditations, which are available on my website, because they're not just audios. I've produced them with beautiful videos, with some wonderful scenes and music. And then the music and the scenes, these wonderful scenes, accompany my voice. So please try them. And of course, if I do produce, if you want a special one for you, then let me know what you think you would like to hear, and I will try and do that as a Mind Bite meditation. They are mindfulness meditations, but they're short, 2-3 minutes. So please try them. As I said before, I've also launched my Mind Circles podcast, and I'm doing weekly well-being episodes. So please listen and subscribe. I want to get my subscribers up there. And of course, I'd be delighted if you could support me. Now, I've put up a PayPal button, and you can just click that. It's £4 a month, but that will help me support, that's you supporting me to do these regularly. And I will do them as often as I can, definitely weekly, and they're on well-being topics. And of course, who wouldn't want to have tips at their fingertips to feel better about themselves and feel positive? So thank you again for watching and listening. And I know that many are still in lockdown. I know there's lots of talk, should we go into lockdown again? All very, very difficult. We're needing to socially distance, and therefore it's virtual hugs again. But we'll do the Mind Bites meditation, the floating feather, and we'll do that before I finish the video. So if you'd like to put your feet on the ground, on the carpet, and just this ground yourself so you feel better, and your back straight but not tense, because that makes you feel confident. And then I want you to you want to remain calm, and this meditation is fabulous for that. It's mindful and it just really helps. So I want you to close your eyes, and then you're going to listen to my voice. Close your eyes and you take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and then exhale through the mouth. Now imagine yourself sitting quietly. Breathe in through your nose, hold, and then exhale. Now imagine a soft white feather. You watch this fluffy feather slowly floating down. You are aware of how delicate and fine it is. You feel a sense of lightness. Your mind is calm. Your body is calm. Imagine how delicate and fine this soft white feather is. You feel more aware of everything around you. Now take a deep breath in through your nose, hold, and then exhale. Now you can open your eyes and say to yourself, I let a sense of calm wash over me. I feel positive. I am more aware of everything around me. I feel a sense of calm. And then just relax your shoulders, yawn or stretch your arms. That's a short meditation, but it really grounds you and just makes you feel this calmness all around you. So thank you again for watching and listening. I thought I was going to stop them, but I think still in uncertain times, I'll continue to do my Mind Circles podcast, which is the audio every week, and I will do the live videos. But your support would really be much appreciated. Thank you very much. So virtual hugs, and of course remember, if you are alone, you can always give yourself a hug. I know in the last video it said it was a wee bit creepy, but actually you can feel the warmth of your arms around you. And of course, if you've got a pet or anything, obviously, you know, stroking a pet and a puppy or a dog is just wonderful. They give unconditional love. Absolutely amazing. So virtual hugs to you all until next Wednesday. And I actually have the dentist this afternoon. So I've been waiting a long time, and hopefully I will have my smile back by next Wednesday. So you'll maybe want to tune in for that. So remember, a smile costs you nothing, and laughter is the best medicine. And have a fabulous day. Thank you.